was very pleasing to win such an important game, but again, starts again, big game against Pittsburgh. I think when you look at all the games, I think all the teams, everyone's fighting for something. A lot of teams are fighting to get into the playoffs or for a home seed in the playoffs or to win it. So I think when you look at all the games that are coming up for pretty much all the teams in the Eastern Conference, it's been such a competitive league that everyone has something to play for, and it's the same again this week. Pittsburgh have got everything to play for as we have, so it should make for a very good game. Look, again, we've shown throughout the course of the year that our guys have got good mentality, good character. I think we've spoken a lot about trying to give good performances, strong performances, and concentrate really on the process, not necessarily getting caught up in things you can't control. So I think that's something that they've really taken on board this year. But no, we're really pleased with our performance. I think that the guys deserve enormous credit for how they performed throughout the course of the season, and we just need to keep it going because Pittsburgh are a dangerous team. They've got players that are very capable. They've got a lot of pace in their team as well. A good result at Cincinnati the weekend, so with a lot of respect for everyone at Pittsburgh. It's nice, it's pleasing. I mean, for me, as long as we're scoring goals, it doesn't really matter to me who scores, as long as someone's scoring. But no, I think from the collective group, it shows you the contribution that everyone has made this year. I think that's been the big thing. I think in previous years we've had probably one striker who scored a lot of goals, whereas this year there's multiple players that have pitched in and scored, which obviously is testament to all the guys and how hard they've worked throughout the course of the year. Again, perfect example of it. I think it was a lot of possession, a lot of possession really in areas that we're trying to get into goal scoring positions. Sometimes you get there, sometimes you don't. Keeper makes a couple of good saves, so you need to make sure then that you stop the counter-attack, you camp in their half, which we did. But equally, I think it was a great example of showing patience and I would say tolerance to keep going, and then obviously break the door down and get the goal, which was an important goal for us and a big 3 points for us. Yeah, it gives us a couple of more numbers to be able to work with. Makes it a little bit easier as regards training. I think for us at this stage of the year, once you get to September again, training load becomes important. Whilst we didn't want Kyle to have to sit out 3 games, I think it gave him a good rest. So I think when you get to September, it's a case of looking at which players perhaps need a rest, which ones don't, which ones can push through, managing bookings, managing suspensions, managing injuries. I mean, Cameron, I have to give Cameron great credit. He's had like a fractured toe for the last few weeks, and he's been able to still roll himself out there. So again, it gives you an indication as to type of character that we have in the changing room. So again, these are all aspects that play a part in what we're trying to do. I think for us, we always reflect. I think you always ask yourself questions. I think after the first year, one of the issues with the first year was we couldn't really lose any position. I think we'd had such a strong year, we couldn't win the league, but we couldn't come out of second. So we had, I think, 3 or 4 games where, in essence, to the naked eye, it didn't really matter. And I think that was probably a bigger issue for us. I think last year we obviously had some players that were able to rotate and utilise the squad, and I think throughout the course of every year you look at aspects of the season and how you can get better. That's something us as a coaching staff always do. We reflect and look how we can improve, and we're always striving for growth. So these are aspects that play a big part in our culture here.